We are awaiting the results of an autopsy being performed on a body found floating in an Indianapolis creek. Now, we don't know the identity, but police have been investigating any possible connections to this woman here, missing college student Lauren Spirer. Former D.C. homicide detective Rod Wheeler is a Fox News contributor. Rod, good morning to you.
Good morning,
You've
Bill.
been terrific on this topic from the beginning. You're not there, you're not investigating it firsthand, but you know, based on your experience, there are certain observations you can make initially, such as
Exactly.
what, even if the body is badly decomposed at this point.
Exactly. And what I can tell you, Bill, is that the police initially are going to look at the dental records. Now, they already have the dental records from Lauren's family, just in case so that they can make a comparison. That's one of the fastest ways. Even before, Bill, the DNA evidence comes back, you can look at the dental records and determine a few things. One thing you can determine is whether or not this body, this decomposed body, is an older person or a younger person. You can also look at the brittle of the elbows, the joints of the body, the knees, areas like that, to determine whether or not this decomposed body is an older person or a younger person. And of course, the police are scouring that area around that park there, looking for articles of clothing, which will clearly give them an indication as to who this person could possibly be.
But depending on how long the body's been there, some of that may be there and a lot of it may not, right, Rod?
You're exactly right. But you know what's interesting, Bill? Oftentimes we do find, even a year or two later, Bill, we'll go back to a scene and we'll find articles of clothing, you know, from a year ago from a person missing. So it is a possibility that they could still find some articles of clothing.
All right. Now, this young woman has gotten a lot of national attention.
Right.
There's another woman missing in Indiana, the town of Noblesville, who has not. And she's 74 years old. Her name is Dorothy Mae Hurd. She's a great-grandmother. She has not been seen or heard from since the 13th of June.
Right.
How do investigators go about in a situation like this where you know whatever you say could be highly sensitive toward one family or the other?
Well, that's an excellent question. You have to be very careful, of course, when you're dealing with family members because they are very sensitive. You know, the thing is, they first are going to try to determine whether or not this is an older person or a younger person, as I indicated. Now, the other thing, Bill, really quickly here, that's interesting with this case is that where this body, this decomposed body was found yesterday is only about 56 miles from Bloomington, Indiana. And if you look at a map, if you get a chance to look at a map, it's Highway 37, which is a direct route. Again, not to speculate, but you have to take that into consideration. If Lauren was abducted and somebody took her away, instead of them taking her away from the city, they took her towards the city, which to an investigator is very interesting because typically we don't see that. We typically see an abducted person taken away from the city.
That is
so
a
these
great
are
point.
things that the police, right, these are the things, Bill, that the police are looking at right now.
Rod, thank you. We are waiting for word out of Bloomington or Indianapolis, as you are as well. Thanks for coming in, Rod. Thank you.
Sure.
All right.